now, what did you like? You must still use potatoes as a staple?
Yeah, yeah. I've just had mashed potatoes for breakfast just before we started recording this. So yeah, yeah. I eat a lot of potatoes. Obviously, not only potatoes anymore. That was a 1 year thing, but I do still eat a lot of potatoes. Like not all, but most meals have potatoes as a part of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, definitely a staple, and yeah, it's a go-to for me. There's always cooked potatoes in the fridge ready to eat, so don't have to wait an hour for them to bake or whatever. They're cooked and in the fridge and ready for me to heat up and eat, and or just grab and eat cold. And yeah, they're definitely an important part of my diet.
And what else do you eat now too? Like you mentioned you went to a whole food diet, like plant-based?
Yeah, yeah. So it's all just unprocessed whole plant food. So yeah, I eat, like I said, a lot of potatoes, a lot of sweet potatoes, a lot of bananas, other fruits. Like I like dates and berries and all that sort of stuff. And I eat, yeah, greens like broccoli, spinach, those sorts of things. I eat a lot of brown rice and beans. I like and my favorite meal is actually I get a baked potato with some steamed broccoli and some baked beans on it. That's my favorite meal. A can of baked beans. Yeah, that's yeah. I eat, yeah, not 100% unprocessed. So I do have like some ketchup or barbecue sauce or things like that
Hmm.
sometimes. But apart from that sort of stuff, it's all 100% unprocessed whole plant foods. And yeah, I keep it simple. That's my main thing. I just keep it really simple and basic, and focus on living my life rather than trying to
Hmm.
live my life through food. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. I like that. And then I did check out your website, and like, are you offering programs for people? Like what are you doing with that stuff? Um,
Yeah, well, that was something that's, I never expected that I would end up teaching other people how to do this.
mhm.
It was like, but yeah, my story went viral sort of by accident, and because of that, I got a lot of emails from people over that year of people that,
How,
my
how
story.
how were you sharing it at that point?
Well, that was a weird story in itself. So when I started, I was just going to do it on my own, and I wasn't going to tell anybody about it. And my wife suggested I should keep a journal of my experience, so that at the end of the year I would have something to look back on and see where I've come from.
Hmm.
And I thought that was a good idea, but I also thought, well, I've tried journaling before, and I sucked at it. I'd do it for a week and then let it go, and
Yeah.
you know, but maybe this challenge of eating only potatoes is hard enough without adding journaling into it. I just didn't want
Hmm.
to make it harder than it needed to be. And she said, oh well, okay. What about if you just do a video journal, and just at the end of each day, just get your phone out, talk to it for a couple of minutes, and be done with it. I
Hmm.
thought, yeah, that sounds easy. I can do that. But the problem then is, where do I store the videos? What do I do with the videos? And she said, I'll just put them on YouTube and store them there. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to, I'm
Yeah.
with that. I don't want people to be watching me on YouTube. And she's like, no, don't be silly. No one's going to watch it. It's boring. It's just a bloke eating potatoes. No one's going to watch that. I said, oh yeah, good point. Fair enough. I'll put it on YouTube. So yeah, we did that, and through January, I had maybe 50 total views, and I wasn't promoting it or sharing it or anything. It was literally just a place to store my videos.
Hmm.
Um, and at that point, I was a YouTube novice, and I didn't know that you could make the videos private.
Oh,
So I just,
right.
yeah. So, but then at the end of January, somehow a journalist found my videos and wrote a story about it, and then it just blew up. Like, it was nuts overnight. I was Yeah, this journalist called me out of the blue. I did an interview on a Sunday afternoon, and I just thought, that's pretty weird that someone wanted to talk to me about it. And I just thought, oh, that's pretty funny. And then I went to bed that night. The article was published at night time, our time, and then I woke up in the morning and there was 500 emails, and
Holy.
like, it just blew up. And then yeah, it was crazy all around the world. And the next 2 weeks of my life, I hardly slept because I was doing interviews in all parts of the world, and yeah, it was crazy. So from that, I got a lot of emails from people that wanted help, and I liked helping people, but I just didn't have time. And I said to my wife, like, I get the same questions every day, and I want to help people, but I don't like, I need time to live my life as well because there's just too many emails coming in. And my wife, again, she's like full of ideas. Well, if you're getting the same questions, why don't you just answer all the same questions, write down all the answers, put it in a little ebook, and then people can buy the ebook and the questions will all be answered and you won't have to answer emails anymore. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. So I wrote this little ebook, and then I released that for sale, thinking that people would just buy that and then leave me alone. But all that did was increase the number of emails I got. So then it went from there to okay, maybe I need to get to a bit more detail. It's a bit hard to explain it all in a book.
But people were
But
buying the book.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
still people still buying the book. Yeah, it's still
Okay,
there.
nice.
Same book. I've got two books, but the original book is, yeah, it still sells. It doesn't. The number of sales of it is pretty consistent month after month.
Hmm.
Um, and and yeah, so then I thought, oh, maybe I'll make an online video course as well and just go into more depth in all of my ideas. And so yeah, I did that, and yeah, and then from there people wanted to, okay, that we love the course, but this is how to eat potatoes only and all the mindset changes and everything. It's very in depth and very much rooted in addiction. But then people wanted to know what to eat afterwards. I was like, okay, so I made another course of like, this is what you do next. And yeah, so it's sort of been an evolution, and yeah, I love it. It's cool.